My name is Lori Flower, and I live in Montpelier, Vermont, and I'm the mother of a 5-year-old girl named Aura Z. Just a little background about me. I've been teaching yoga since 2000 and practicing since the mid-90s, so I really wanted to have a natural home birth. That was very important to me because I felt, strong enough and clear enough to do that. I'd never been through birth, but I felt pretty fearless about it because I felt like, well, this should be very natural. Women have done this over the span of eternity. So I was ready. I was studying ways that I could go through birth pain-free, and I had a very good experience throughout the pregnancy until about the last couple of weeks, and then I started to get a lot of back pain. What I didn't know at the time was her positioning was occiput posterior, and my midwife didn't pick up on it. And so when I went into labor, there was a lot of back labor, which was very intense. I never remember hearing when I was in the labor that there was an issue with her positioning. I was just hearing voices say, push, push harder, push harder. And I take it that some women are able to push through an occiput posterior baby because the head is there, but it's face up. So that's why a lot of women experience back labor, is because their spine is pressing against your spine. So it's very painful. The birth started on Monday around 5 o'clock and rolled into Tuesday and rolled into Wednesday. She wasn't coming out, and I was just in pure animal mode trying to deliver this child who I had been pushing for a while. And I lived in the mountains in Vermont, in Warren Village, and to get to the hospital, and this was winter time and it was during a snowstorm, I'd have to cross over Roxbury Gap. Maybe you know this mountain. And the midwife said, oh, we should really transfer to the hospital at this point. I could tell that I was very near the edge of what felt like death to me. Like I was ready to surrender completely and not give up, but I felt like I had really, how much more could I try? Like there was nothing left of me. So we transferred, we got in the car. I thought maybe I'll have the baby in the car. That didn't happen. Wednesday morning we made it to the hospital an hour later, and I've never been so grateful to be in a hospital. Like I had a lot of judgments around hospitals and doctors, and it kind of scared me at first, but I was really happy to be there. And I went from a tiny little home birth situation with midwife and at the time husband, and it suddenly opened up into this huge community of people who were there and wanted to support me in my birth and help out, and they had the tools to do so. So I was given anesthesia, which was amazing, really amazing. All the things I had judgments about, like not wanting to do it this way, I ended up doing it that way. I was very determined. I'm a very persistent person, so I was like, no, I'm still gonna have a natural birth. Like I'll just have it in a hospital. That didn't happen. And I tried, and I pushed until 2 o'clock the next day on Wednesday. So a 3-day labor, nothing left of me. At that point, they were concerned about the baby and said, we need to give you a C-section so she survives. So we all got on board for that. And she is very healthy. She's a very happy little girl. I never felt like I had failed at something. I felt like I was humbled by this experience immensely, because I had a lot of assumptions that I could just show up and do it well. And that did not happen. And I needed to reach out to a much larger community, one that I even had judgments around, like the medical world. And so I surrendered to that, but I don't judge myself at all. It was such a powerful learning. How wonderful that this exists, that my daughter can be here on earth and I've survived this experience, which wouldn't have happened hundreds of years ago in that same situation.